Wow. I've been up here a lot. I've never seen a crowd like this. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety.
Oh no! The Trump federalized and then the crime, he wants to take down the crime. Oh my God, he's racist. What's up, y'all? It's Fitz. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're a content creator looking to build your brand online, make sure you tap into my content confidence workbook. Info is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Look, the only people that are worried right now that Trump is deploying the National Guard and federalizing the state police are criminals. It's criminals. Regular people that woke up this morning, got their coffee, looked at the clock. Oh, damn, I got to hit traffic before I'm late to work. Or, oh, damn, I got to start my day and work. They're not worried about this. It's criminals. And so I don't want to hear white liberals. I don't want to hear black people talking about this is racism. Look, they coming after us again. They hunting us and stuff. If you are not a criminal, you have little to nothing to worry about. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep it a buck. If I get pulled over and they want to search me or they want to do whatever, and I'm cool with that because I don't have anything to hide. I'm cool with it if it means that we actually see tangible results for our cities decreasing in crime. I'm cool with that for a season. I'm cool with that as a deterrent. I'm going to just be real, because guess who I'd rather not get stopped by? I don't want to get stopped by these gang members because I have the wrong color shirt on when I'm out with my family just chilling. I don't want to get stopped by some YNs thinking because they see a watch on my wrist that I'm their next come up. I don't want to be stopped because I'm walking trying to get me a hamburger downtown and they think that, oh, they see my key lanyard hanging out my pocket, they gonna get my car. That's who I'd rather not be stopped by. So if I have to get stopped by the cops and they go, hey, let me see your ID, do you have any warrants? No, okay, cool, go about your way. If I have to go through that versus getting stopped by some YNs and potentially losing my life, I'd rather deal with that for a season. We have to be willing to exercise trade-offs. And we know who's doing it. But I'm going to let him keep on cooking, and then I'm going to finish my reaction.
In Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it.
Good. And one of the things that I think people miss with this conversation is we know who the criminals in the community are. We know it's not all black people. It's not all white people. It's not. But we know. We know when we see a 22-year-old dude walking down the street, he's sagging, he got his shirt off for no reason, and it just looked like he got nowhere to go. It looked like he got nowhere to go. We know when we see a group of black people congregating at 10:30 at night on a street corner, we know what that's about. We know what that's about. We know when we go to the state fair who the people are that are going to be ganging up and starting the fights and stuff like that. We know who they are. The community knows who these people are, but they're afraid to speak up because they don't want to get victimized, because they don't want to be on the bad end of somebody's gun and the drive-by. Because here's the thing. When you have a person, I'm not even going to say a group of people. When you have a person, an individual who has little to nothing to live for, they don't mind going to prison. They don't mind dying. They see no future, no hope. What chance do you stand against a person if you just a regular nigga wearing a blue shirt walking down the street, right? Because you already at disadvantage because you're thinking about your future. So you sense danger, but you can't just pop off on this person because now there's self-defense and there's this and that. You have life to worry about. You have kids to worry about. So you try to do things legally in the right way. But these other dudes who don't have nothing to live for, they're walking around criminalizing the community, brutalizing the community, and they have nothing to live for, so they're able to do it and do it and do it and do it, and they get used to doing it. And it makes it harder for regular people like me to really enjoy the community in the best way that we can. I don't go where large groups of black people who have nothing to do are. And I'm calling out large groups of black people because I swear on everything I love, the most uncomfortable I am when there's large groups of white people is just the thought, damn, I'm the only black person here. That's as far as it's gone. No group of white people has ever walked up to me and pressed me about the color of my shirt. No group of white people has ever walked up to me and said they were going to hang me like all the people on the news say is going to happen. No group, like the most you get when you're around white people and you're the only black person is maybe some looks. I can handle some looks. They might be looking. I can handle that. I'd rather be looked at than brutalized and robbed and mugged and have to put myself in a situation where I don't know if I have my freedom or not because I have to defend myself against people that don't have anything to live for. So I'm glad that we're seeing the National Guard come in and try to restore order. I'm glad we're seeing a tougher approach on crime. Let's see what happens. But it's not working what's being done right now. You're seeing people in different cities just walk in stores and steal stuff. You're seeing people become more emboldened and embrazened because all of these narratives about racism are out there that say if you try to hold people accountable that you are racist. No. We should be able to walk down the street without fearing for our lives. We should not be caught up in the middle of these gang wars. We should be able to chill, mind our business, and go about our lives. So I'm all for it. I'm all for more police doing their job, doing it the right way, but also minimizing the victimization that happens with regular people within the community, because it's not all black people, it's not all white people, but we know the neighborhoods and we know the types of people and we have the profiles and, you know, we have all the information and all the tools to go out there and make it happen. We just need people with backbones to actually go out and do it. And maybe prison isn't the right answer. All them people don't need to go to prison. We need accountability. We need more fathers in the home. We need less single mother households. And so we have to build infrastructure that can nurture that and build these communities up, because without that, we're going to keep seeing this. I do believe in second chances, depending on what the situation is. However, I am all for accountability, and the people that are out there brutalizing people, doing criminal activity that's harming other people, they need to be held accountable, and we pay tax dollars to have our community safe, and those tax dollars need to be put to use, and it needs to be more of a community effort, not just the cops going out here brutalizing people or whatever, but actually caring about the people in these communities and being empathetic to the situation and understanding that trust needs to be built at the same time. Don't just go in the community, start arresting people and doing all this crazy stuff. You need to work with the community to identify the criminals, go in there, and it needs to be a cohesive team effort. That's what I think. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you tap in, hit the subscribe button, like. If you a content creator looking to build your brand online without the burnout, tap into my content confidence workbook. Info's in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.